Hello. During this demonstration, I will show you how to launch and complete a certification application. I will also talk through some of the sections and subsections of the certification application. This particular organization that we are using for demonstration has already submitted their section 0. This particular section 0 that they submitted, they answered no to all of the OD1 to OD5 questions, and they are not going to be considered for any proposals. I have navigated to the program profile, and we're able to again see the section 0 application submitted. We'll now click step 2, which is apply for CDFI certification. Once the application completes, the app completes loading, the application will open in a new tab. Things to note again are the progress bar. This one currently is at 0%. In order to submit the application, we know we need to be 100% complete. This application is different in the fact that we have many more sections and subsections to fill out. Visually, you can already see the number of sections are more than what we reviewed in the section 0 application. We have the application instructions first, giving us just some needed information and guidance to complete the application. We'll begin at the basic information section, the applicant basic information subsection. A lot of information in this particular subsection is being pulled straight from the applicant's organization record. Name, institution type, EIN, UEI, you're able to see here are grayed out. They are being populated directly from what is provided on your organization record. You'll see BIO3, 10, 10.1, these are editable for you to fill in. So we can answer BIO3, which is a pick list. We'll answer 10. There are questions within this application where, depending on how you answer the question, there may be dependent questions that appear and even subsections at times that will appear based on a response that you provide. So we will proceed to complete the application. This type of field here, BI12, you're able to use what we call a lookup field to actually look up an affiliate record in this particular instance. Again, we will continue down the application. Throughout the application, there are also document drag and drop features. I will drag a test document that I have to fulfill this request. Okay, we will proceed down answering the question. All of these, the majority of these in the basic information subsection are pick lists or drag and drops. BI 20, this is a different type of field that we've experienced so far. This is a multi-select pick list option. So you're able to select more than one selection. So 3 here, or 2, or 1, depending on how you need to answer the BI 20 question. BI 21 is another drag and drop. BI 22 and 23, we're searching, another kind of search lookup feature. We're searching for the authorized rep or point of contacts that are associated with the organization's contact record. This subsection was saved, and you're able to see that with our green check and the note at the top that says the subsection was marked as complete. Moving on to the board and executive staff demographic information subsection. This table that we see here within this subsection is a fixed or static table in the sense where we are simply entering data into these fields. You'll see here as you move down the questions, percentages will appear within the gray section. So we indicated 200 total number of governing leadership members. And then we indicated the total number of governing leadership members who identified as a member of a minority population as 20. And then this formula field here did the calculation on what the percentage is of this leadership who identify as being a member of the minority population. Going down and through this particular section, like the percentage fields will automatically appear as you answer the questions going down the page. I will complete some of these fields here. I will not complete the rest, so we're able to see what an incomplete page or not completing all of the questions on a subsection will get you. We don't get the green check, and we actually have a validation that pops up saying, please fix your errors. If you scroll down, you'll get the notice on the exact field that needs to be completed. This field's required, so we need to answer these questions. I will leave that as we proceed to go to another section and subsection within the application. Here we are going to look at the financial products and financial services section and its subsections. In the applicant financial product information subsection, there are these 2 fields. I want to point these out as being grayed out. These 2 fields are being populated from other responses that were given in the applicant basic information subsection. So we are going to pull those responses here in this particular subsection to show you how you answered to help complete the rest of the questions in this particular subsection. These 2 questions don't have the red asterisk because based on how you answer the questions in the applicant basic information section, you may not have received these 2 questions to have provided an answer for. So these 2 questions are here, and you can just note they don't have the asterisk. They may or may not apply to you depending on how you answered previous questions. We'll proceed to answer a few of the questions in this subsection. On BI10, BIFP 10, wanting to note here that there is a validation on this particular field. This is providing the earliest date, that the applicant can demonstrate saving this subsection, it was marked as complete. The validation here, if we had picked a date that would not meet the criteria, an applicant would receive an error message there. Moving on to applicant financial services information. Again, another drop down that provided more responses immediately for us to answer. We'll proceed to answer these questions and click Save. We will jump to the primary mission section. Within the primary mission section, currently we see 3 subsections here. The primary mission applicant section, these all are applicant sections. You may see affiliate subsections here. If you noted above in the basic information section that you had an affiliate party joining you on this application, we did not. So primary mission applicant, this is a dynamic table. You are able to add multiple rows in this particular subsection, noting that you want to give it a number or a unique identifier as you go through if you have multiple records to provide. So I will complete this record here. Within this particular subsection, we did receive an error. PM07 states, enter the date that the applicant's current mission was formally approved. The date that we provide here should be at least 180 days prior to the submission. And then PM08 gives you the date that the appropriate primary mission must have been in place. So we're going to fix the date. And save. We should not receive that error any longer, and we should get the green check. Primary mission, community development strategy. This particular subsection, again, with we have the ability to select multiple options for PM10 and 11. Answering 12, we're able and presented with some dependent questions that we will answer and save the record. Primary mission applicant responsible financing practices. This particular subsection, we would answer the questions. This is a percentage field. You're only able to enter numbers in this particular field. Let's save this subsection. We do know we're going to get a red error message since we did not complete the subsection quite yet. Let's proceed to show a few additional features and functionality of the application. Additional dynamic tables. as we go through some of the subsections in the financing entity section. And we'll jump down to target market. This is another dynamic type of table where you're able to add a new row. So I'm going to demonstrate if you needed to provide additional records, you have the ability to do so. We could save. Trying to save, we're going to get an error. Let's see. This particular record, we need to ensure that you have a target market to associate it with. If you do not, you would need to proceed back to your organization record and create a target market record. Target market general financial products and financial services activity information. This is another subsection that is pulling data from elsewhere in the application that you've answered and populating the data here for you, just for you to double check and attest to that particular, confirm that particular information that you provided. We're going to jump down to the target market, applicant and related entities, relevant entity affiliates, financial services activity and financial services categories. This information here is being populated from the target market information that was provided when you imported your TLR data. All of this information is shown here. You're able to see if your target market threshold is met. If not, you can provide additional information via the TLR for you to meet that criteria. Development services has where you're able to dynamically add rows and save. And if you needed to add an additional row, you can do that by clicking the Add Row button here. You'll see the one, which is what we named, the identifier we gave the first record, has a check as in complete. And we're going to name this one 2. 2 is active, so that's how you know what record you're on and editing. So we'll give responses here. And save. 2's active, both are checked, and we have our green checkbox. Another section, accountability, with some general information here. Non-government entity. It's also a subsection wanting to note. This subsection has the dependent questions throughout as well, based on how you're answering the questions. You'll see the text boxes of additional information necessary pop up and appear for you. Native American CDFI designation. This general section, yes, no question, and then we have questions pop up. We also had subsections pop up for us to complete. The Native American CDFI designation table 1, these questions are coming from the TLR data, again, that you imported for you to verify, make sure that you met certain thresholds. If not, you're able to, again, upload information for the TLR to see if you are able to meet those thresholds. This particular application, we have the progress at 27% complete. Say you felt that you were complete, although it's not 100%, came to the attestation and submission section and attested and tried to submit the application. You're going to get the errors for these subsections and places within the application that you did not complete. So you can see this subsection that we attempted to complete was not complete. You'll see some of these Native American subsections that popped up for us we did not complete. So all of the sections or subsections that you did not complete will be listed here. And you also have the message notes that notes about passing the target market check and having your TLR certified in order to submit the application. So you would need to go back through this particular application and ensure that you meet the criteria and that you pass the TM check. I am going to transition to a application that is almost complete. This particular application that I completed and went through the process of answering all of the subsections, you'll see is 100% complete. I'm going to go into one of the sections and let's just not answer this question here and save. So you are able to see the progress bar for this particular record. So we're back to 92. We don't have our check on government, non-governmental entity. Let's go back down. This was required. Let's put us a value in here and get us back to 100%. Once we're at 100%, we will submit the application. So we have our green check again. We'll go to the attestation and submission, noting we're at our 100%. And we will submit the application. The application is submitted. We confirmed that we wanted to submit the application, and now we have received our thank you for submitting your CDFI certification application. You are able to navigate back to your organization's program profile if you wanted to see the submission status or the status of the application as being submitted. That concludes the demonstration. Thank you.